This film is kind of fancy, classy porno. Miller's Girl presents a story of romantic affair between a student, Cairo, played by Jena Ortega, and Martin Freeman as the teacher, Jonathan Miller. Before we go through the film, I must say this movie is not for everyone. There's no nudity in this film, but the content is totally sexually. So it's not suitable for under 17. Let's see what the story is about, and then I'll tell you if the film is worth watching or not. I really enjoyed the plot, how it slowly unfolded, how characters evolved, and how eventually Cairo and Jonathan turned out to be complex characters. And always the stories about human complicated relationships are interesting to me. The story is about a talented girl who writes the stories, and she lives in a house in the middle of jungle. His parents are abroad, so she's alone and she goes to local school. She meets a literature teacher who was a writer before, but now all he does is teaching. They fall for each other, but honestly, the first half of the film, that chemistry, that feeling between Jonathan and Cairo wasn't conveyed to me. But as the film was going on, I could feel that feeling too. And that's not all about romantic relationship. I'm not gonna tell you about because I'm going to spoil it. Something happened in the film. It's better you watch the film. Another thing that it was really interesting about this film was that sometimes you do something wrong, or sometimes something happened accidentally in your life that ruin everything you build up till now. But it also is a sparkle for you to know who you really are. And it helps you to take a step forward who really wanted to be. I don't like to spoil the film, but I think all the things that happened to Jonathan was kind of sparkle for him to find himself, to write stories again. About the ending, it was completely open and it was completely up to you to understand what's going to happen next. But in my view, Jonathan lost everything in his life, but he earned something precious. He found himself. And all the things that happened to him was kind of an inspiration to write stories again. And I think that makes this film worth watching. The cast were great in this film. Both Ortega and Freeman were awesome. At first, it seems that Ortega was miscast in her role and more relying on her Wednesday, but later in the film, that Wednesdayness of her performance kind of controls the character, and I think that worked out very well. And about supporting characters, they were all great. I really enjoyed how they evolved to the story. There are some twists in the film that remains unanswered. You cannot really say that thing really happened or not. It's completely up to you, but I like to believe that that thing really happened. This film doesn't have any hero or any villain. It's just a story about human complicated relationship, and I think it's worth watching once. The IMDb rate to this movie is 5.3, Rotten Tomato is 30, and Metacritic is 41, and my rate to this film is 6 out of 10. If you already have watched the film, just tell me in comment, what do you think about the ending? Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please tap the subscribe button, then send it to your friends. If there's any question, any mistake, or any suggestion, please let me know. Love you all. See you soon.